Paul was tall for his age, and very thin, with high, cramped shoulders and a narrow chest. His eyes were remarkable for a certain hysterical brilliancy, and he continually used them in a conscious, theatrical sort of way, particularly offensive in a boy. The pupils were abnormally large, as though he were addicted to belladonna, but there was a glassy glitter about them, which that drug does not produce. It was Paul's afternoon to appear before the faculty of Pittsburgh High School to account for his various misdemeanors. I think Paul is coming in today.
Gross. That's disgusting.
Oh, here he comes. Do you think that what you said was appropriate for school?
I don't know. I didn't mean to be part of input either. I get to throw every way I have saying things regardless.
Well, what you said was inappropriate, and you should feel bad about it, right?
Yes.
So you
Like,
need to
you
make
need to,
sure
like, can you
that
not
you have
understand, like,
you
why
are
are you
not
doing
going to
this
be
for?
like
Like, that's
you
not
have to be
right.
really
Why
bad.
is that
You are a horrible person. I don't understand. I forgot. Come on, Paul. He was a model usher, gracious and smiling. He ran up and down the aisles. Nothing was too much trouble for him. Just as the musicians came out to take their places, his English teacher arrived with checks for the seats, which a prominent manufacturer had taken for the season. She betrayed some embarrassment when she handed Paul the tickets. The hatcher, which subsequently made her feel very foolish. Paul was startled for a moment, and had a feeling wanting to put her out. What business had she here among all the fine people and gay colors? Not once, but 100 times, Paul had planned this entry into New York. He had gone over every detail of it with Charlie Edwards. And in his scrapbook at home, there were pages of descriptions about New York hotels cut from the Sunday papers. His dearest pleasures were the gray winter twilights in his sitting room, his quiet enjoyment of his flowers, his clothes, his wide divan, his cigarette, and his sense of power. He could not remember a time when he had felt so at peace with himself. The mere release of the necessity of petty lying. Lying every day and every day restored his self-respect. He never lied for pleasure, even at school, but to make himself noticed and admired, to insert his difference from other Cordelia street boys. And he felt a good deal more manly, more honest, even now that he had no need for boastful pretensions. Now that he could, as his actor friends used to say, dress the part. It was a characteristic that remorse did not occur to him. His golden days went by without a shadow, and he made each as perfect as he could. It was a losing game in the end, it seemed. This revolt against the homilies by which the world is run. Paul took one of the blossoms carefully from his coat and scooped a little hole in the snow, where he covered it up. He stood watching the approaching locomotive, his teeth chattering, his lips drawn away from them in a frightened smile. Once or twice he glanced nervously sideways, as though he were being watched. When the right moment came, he jumped. As he fell, the folly of his haste occurred to him with merciless clearness. Bloopers. Oh, I think Paul's coming.
Gross. That's disgusting. You're disgusting.
I think Paul is
Jesus Christ.
That's not a flower, that's a hand. Yes.
Take one. Action.
Janae, I think we're all talking.
The snow I left it right there for you. I thought it was like, okay, try again, shut up.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Janae, Paul's dead. Everything's filmed. And
She's a honeysuckle.
I am tired. Oh God, I can't
hi,
feel
Miss
my
Moquin.
fingers.
Hi.
I'm a smoke.
I love you.
I can't feel my fingers.
Darkness, my old friend.